How many times have you walked into a department store, saw something displayed on a mannequin, and said, "Oh, wow, that looks great"? So the next step is to take it into the fitting room and try it on, only to become disappointed at what you see in the mirror. This has happened to me also. So today I'm going to take you on a quick little fashion show, also a lesson on different styles and the cuts and how they work on my body versus what they look like on a mannequin. So let me get started. We'll start with our first item, which is going to be a pleated skirt. So the first skirt I'm going to show you is this pleated skirt. What I've been reading is these are really on trend right now. And this is a very neutral palette. It's a kind of an animal print. And I like the midi length. It goes to the middle of my calf, which is perfect for me. The only issue I have with the pleated skirts is they all come with this elasticized waist, and the pleats coming out right from where the elastic is just allows every bulge and figure flaw to show. So I don't really like that. But one way I know you can wear this is with this camisole effect or something that flows over the pleats up to about the top of your thigh. That is about the sweet spot, and where the flow comes out, that would work the best probably on most people, and almost creates this A-line effect of the skirt without it being an A-line skirt. So you can work around the skirt and get it to work for you. This is one of the ways that you can make a pleated skirt work without feeling like every bulge is showing. Here's another alternative to a flouncy, the semi-sheer cami that I had on previously. I like this because it is a very nicely fitted camisole. And it is a layered camisole with a floral design over it, but because it's all in the same color palette, it works. I like that it accentuates my waist, but the portion here is smooth. It's no longer pleated, and it ends right at the top of my thigh here. So the pleats are coming out from the bottom here. It does not accentuate bulges or bumps around this top area. It does not pinch in my waist. You can't see the elastic waistband underneath. So this is a really nice look. This is a peplum style without the big flouncy area through here. It's more of a fitted style, which works beautifully if you want to try to get a pleated skirt and you want to have it look like more of a dropped waistline or more of that A-line effect, which works beautifully on most figure types. So here I'm wearing a watercolor print maxi skirt. And what I like about this is it has a trumpet, more of a trumpet flared bottom, and it's more tailored up through the hip area, even though it has an elastic waist. It just doesn't create all those extra pleats across my abdomen, so I like that. Now, this pink shirt is just a tunic style. I just wanted to show you how it looks when you wear a tunic style over this, because it's long enough, it can accommodate this skirt, and it makes me feel comfortable and secure in my body, and I do like the way I feel. I also like that this has multicolors, so you can actually use various shades of coloring, so it doesn't really matter that I'm wearing a pink per se because it's so varied in its color palette. But in overall essence, I like the way it's a maxi skirt with a flare to the bottom and it's lined, but the basic point of contention is that this is tailored up through here with some pleated holding it together until it gets down to my hip area here. And that really makes a difference in the way this skirt flows and the way it appears on my body type. So this particular style of shirt really gives off a perfect vibe for this kind of a skirt. It's very loose, it's flowy, and it's a very soft material. But this material would show every bulge if it was any tighter. But because this is keeping this all in place, it works beautifully. The V-neck looks nice with it. It looks nice with the sleeves that are just, slightly capped. And it gives an overall good look to this particular skirt. It's cut a little shorter in the back with the long tails in the front. So it really works with this maxi skirt. So just to give you an idea how you can wear a lot of these style skirts multiple seasons just by changing out the shirt and changing out your shoes. Right now I'm wearing boots, but I'm sure if I wore flat sandals and this shirt, it would go beautifully throughout the entire summer. The final skirt style I have is the one that goes to my knee. And this is basically a black skirt with an elastic waistband, and it has a lace overlay. So it has some texture to it. And because of that texture, it adds a lot of interest. Now, this is a black and white shirt I've had for years. These are really like old school, but they actually look really nice with this skirt. I'm glad I saved it. It's a black knitted sweater with the white ruffled bottom, and it has the white creped collar. And I think it just looks perfectly with this skirt because it's not flared. It's more like a narrow skirt down to my knee, not too narrow that I can't walk in it, and it doesn't come bulging out here like some of them will. And it also fits my waistline really well. I don't see a lot of bulging. It's not too tight, but again, the interest from the skirt having the textured overlay along with the little pleats and the knitted shirt just gives it the right amount of bell shape right here, which is becoming on me, and it makes it look like my bottom half is very, very slender as a result of it. So it's a really good look, and I really like this length of skirt. This skirt works for anybody at any age, and black is basic. You could never go wrong with black. Here are 2 additional looks that you can do with the black lace overlay skirt. Add a shirt that is velvet with a lace ruffled collar, or pair the skirt with a basic white polka dotted blouse with 3/4 sleeves for that business casual look. This skirt I'm showing you is very, very interesting because number one, it has a fitted waist. There's no elastic at all, but it's smooth through the top, and then the flounce starts basically here at the top of my thigh and on a symmetrical hemline. So it's pretty smooth through here, and then the flounce doesn't start until the bottom, and it has a slit, which also adds interest to this skirt as well as the pattern. Now, I'm showing you this with a fitted tank just to give you the full visual of how this looks through the upper portion of my body. But between the pattern, the colors, and the asymmetry of the hem and this part here, it all adds to cover any flaws or bulging I may have in this top area. You can hardly notice it even when I turn to the side. And I'm going to show you this with an alternative shirt as well so you can get a full effect of how you can wear this. An alternative way to wear this skirt would be with a chunky or a knitted cotton sweater. I prefer cotton. I think it drapes a little easier, and I'm wearing it long enough that it's going to the top of my thigh, and it's really ending at the point where the flounce or the diagonal seam is starting to work. It's magic, and I like the way this looks, and I think it's very easy to wear, comfy. Again, the slit adds a lot of extra dimension to it, and the colors are perfect. They distract from any flaws you have on the bottom half of your body, and it's a really nice look. So this is a way to go with a skirt that has a fitted top, and it's more controlled along the stomach area instead of very stretchy or has pleats. Here's a look I really like. I mixed a velvet top that is more for the holidays, you would think. But when you pair it with this autumnal colored skirt, it really takes it down a notch from being a holiday shirt to just a nighttime, go out to dinner with friends, have a great time shirt. And because of the variety of textures, this is very satiny and shimmery and flowy, and this is more of a fitted, more of a subdued texture, and it has nice sleeves that are semi-belled. It just gives it a beautiful effect overall. So you can get a lot of wear out of skirts that have the right fit and have variety of colors and movement to them, and you can mix and match them with variety of shirts that have multiple textures, like I showed you, spandex tang, a velvet shirt, and a cotton knit sweater. I wanted to run this look by you real fast because this is a fit and flare type of dress. An A-line would more or less come further down here as a straight, and then the flare would come out. This is a fit and flare. It's more fitted up through the top. It stops at your waistline, and then it gives the pleats across the bottom here. And it really does a lot of good things for most people's figures. First of all, if it fits correctly, it'll balance out your top and bottom. And if you make sure you have wide enough sleeves, it'll definitely do that. You don't want little spaghetti straps if you're very top heavy or you're very bottom heavy, because you want it to all balance out. So this one is a very nicely proportioned dress. It's monochromatic, and the pleats are larger. They're not really small pleats, so they cover through here. See how the large pleat is in the front? It's not a bunch of little pleats here that are going to create a lot of bulk and an illusion of being bigger than I am, which is exactly what I don't want. Here is another style of dress that can be figure flattering if you get one that's well tailored and is in proportion to your body. This is made by Banana Republic. So they had made it so automatically the belt is down here, but in order to tie it, you would pull it up and it creates that extra fabric at the top here. So that works to balance out what's beneath the belt for me. And I like that it's black, but it's also just a very geometric pattern with just X's and O's. It also has a roll tab sleeve. It's a nice silky material, but it's got some weight to it. There's no give, there's no stretch in this. This is a basic shirtwaist dress. And it can be very figure flattering, again, if you get a well-made tailored dress that is the right length, it not pulling, not gaping, and it also has it configured in such a way that you have this nice little flounce here in the front that balances out any bulge you might have below the waist. So this works well for me, but shirtwaists are something that you have to try on, and you have to see if it's really going to work with your figure type and if you feel comfortable wearing it. And by the way, I don't wear any Spanx or any special undergarments when I'm trying on dresses or when I go out. So this is actually how my body would look if I was to wear these clothes. This dress is definitely what I would consider a column style or a bodycon type of dress, where it is very snug fitting. It shows your figure, and if it's not perfect like mine isn't, it just shows every bulge and bump. What I do like is I like the color, I like the rounded neck, I like the construction of it and the weight of the fabric. It's got darts here and darts on the chest. The sleeves fit nicely and the length is perfect. It's got a full zipper in the back, but the fact that it just shows every ripple, it would not be my first choice. Now, I definitely could wear it if I wanted to put something underneath, lingerie like Spanx, and I'm sure that would eliminate a lot of the bulge and the flaws that I have. So it is an option
if you're willing to go that route. I did buy it with the intent that I would have to wear something underneath, and it would work. But again, if you're not willing to do that, it's not going to be the most figure flattering item if your body isn't very athletic and very, slim and trim. So this is something I just decided to buy on a whim, and sometimes they'll work and sometimes it won't. I don't know, maybe I'll wear it, maybe I'll never wear it. Working on this video was really a lot of fun, and it gave me a lot of good information. Some things I did and didn't know about my body type, and some things that I did and did not know about what style choices I was making. So if you like this video, give it a like, a share, a thumbs up, and a subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Big City Girl, Small City Living. Bye.